Yo, what's up guys, welcome back to another video. As you can see, back in my garage working on my 240, and today we're gonna be doing the full exhaust. Yesterday I came to the garage and I worked on my car for a couple hours before I had to go. So I didn't have time to record, but I did get a lot done with the exhaust. I actually finished the exhaust, but it's not all welded up. So I just did the full exhaust from front to back. It's all tacked up. Now it's time to remove it and fully weld it before I can install it for the last time. So I'm gonna go down there and show you guys how it looks. And as always, I made a mess, and this time I had no choice. You know, I had to take all the pipes out, cut them, and the mess had to be done in order for me to do this work. So I'm just gonna clean up some tools, pull the exhaust, and weld it all up. Shouldn't be bad. So here we are down here, and as you can see, the exhaust is now welded up. It's just tacked on all different joints. But I have some bad news for myself. In order for me to fit this exhaust through this little gap right here, I had to use some really thin pipe, which I am not a fan of. Like, I hate it, but I literally have no other choice. So I'm running a 2-inch pipe, as you can see right here. Super tiny, super small, and it is pretty small for being a V6 turbo car. The way I looked at it, it's my Q50, my 2017 Q50 3.0 twin turbo. Literally has 2-inch exhaust from the front to the back, and it's tiny. And I mean, the car works, I guess. So if that car can make power, you know, with a 2-inch pipe, I know it's not the best, but I had no choice to run this pipe. So right here we have the dump pipe. It connects with the V-band, and then we shoot straight back to this little 2-inch pipe, which the welds are terrible because I did not clean it, and I'm gonna have to grind out the welds and redo them. But that's not a big deal. But like I said, I could not fit any of the pipe, and you can see how tight this is in here. It's literally almost touching the top of the top and the bottom pipe. It's super close. I tried running a 2 1/4 pipe like the ones before it, and it would not work at all. So I had no choice to just run this one. So straight after that pipe, we have another V-band that goes to a flex pipe and my resonator. I wanted to run a resonator because I hate how VQ sounds. I wanted to run a far cam, but I couldn't find no 3-inch far cams, so I ended up just running this 2.5 resonator. So we go from 2-inch to 2.5, then to 3-inch pipe. So little by little it gets bigger pipe. My plan was to run 3-inch all the way back, but like I said, I could not fit it. So we have one V-band there, one V-band here, and then for the middle section we have another V-band that connects. So you can remove the 2 V-bands and the resonator, the flex pipe. This whole middle section will come off, and then the rest of the exhaust will drop off with the last V-band. So it's not terrible. It came out pretty good and I'm happy about it. So this is the first time I ever do an exhaust, and I was not expecting for me to do like great job. And I'm half proud of how it came out. Just a little MIG welder, no TIG, but it came out pretty good. All right, so I got this side welded. I'm almost done with the V-band, and as you can see, the welds for the V-band are pretty decent. They're not bad. I don't know if they can focus. The ones out here, I got lazy. I did not clean this section, and as you can see, they did not come out the best. They're pretty fucking ugly. I mean, it holds, you know, it doesn't leak as far as I know, but you know, when you have a nice clean section like this, your welds come out way better. So yeah, from now on, I'm just gonna go ahead and clean the pipe. This is just really nasty pipe. You know, did not weld it pretty good, so I'm not happy about that. But it's not a show car, you know, I don't really care. But I would have preferred if it came out like this. So this is way nicer, way better. I'm just gonna finish the other side and grab the other pipe and get the other side welded. All right, so here I have the center section with the resonator and the flex pipe. It sucks, there's a little gap right there. That's the only way I could make the pipes fit, so it's gonna suck to weld that gap, and it's not gonna be nice. But over here should be nice and easy to weld. But yeah, let's get all this welded and put back in the car as well. Well, I thought that gap was gonna be worse to weld, but it came out pretty decent. Not bad, not bad. Like I said, this is like my very first time actually making a full exhaust. I've welded a couple of pipes before, but not like this serious. So I'm getting the hang of it. It's not perfect, but it's better than paying someone to making me a $2,000 full exhaust. So all right, so I literally just finished welding this pipe. There's a little dinky pipe so tiny. I cannot get over how small it is. But I finished welding it. I literally ran out of wire as soon as I finished welding it. So that was like perfect. I mean, like I said earlier, not happy about this pipe. There's nothing else I could do. At least the rest of the exhaust is 3-inch, so that should be better. So I just finished the last clip, and I received a email saying that my rotors and pads came in, and yes, they did. Look at that. So now I can actually definitely finish the list by Thursday, since I have all my pads and rotors. All right, guys. So it's another day, and I've been working on the car. I put the exhaust on. I did the clutch line. It's not bled. I just put the line on, and to be honest, I do not like it. I'm gonna see if it's fine just for the dyno day, and then I'll make a full hard line from the master to the clutch, because the rubber part, it's going through the exhaust, and even though the exhaust is wrapped and the line has a fire sleeve on it, I know that it's going to burn through it. Maybe not by the dyno day, but you know, once I'm beating on in summer, it's cold. I mean, it's hot. Once it's nice and hot in there, it's gonna get all toasty. It was gonna burst. But yeah, I did that. I did the exhaust, the line. I filled the trans with fluid, and then I started working on my fans. And I have the fans already all set up. As you can see, they are connected. The wiring is not nice. I'm not worrying about making it pretty now. I just want to get it done, and then I'll go and wire tuck all this. I still do not know where I want to have the relay kit at. So this relay kit is super cool. So this is a Davis Craig kit, and it comes with a little thermostat on it. It comes with a thermostat, and all you do is just put in the thermostat on the radiator. I just put it in right there. You stuff it between the fins, or they have the option that you can put it on a housing like this one. I bought it the way it is. It works the way it is, so that's fine. It's super simple to plug in. Literally, you have power, and these two are for your fans, and then you have ignition and ground, and that's literally it. And you just ground down your fans, and then you put power through here, and you have inline fuses. It's super simple. It's super nice. It works really good. Just as soon as I turn my ignition on, this power's on, and you can set the temperature you want the fans at. You can set the temperature in Celsius or Fahrenheit, and you can choose when the fans kick on. So you can choose, you know, 200 degrees, or 180, 190, whatever you want. And then after the first fan is already on, 10 seconds after that, the second fan kicks on. So it's super cool. It cools down your car super fast, and it automatically shuts off. Before I had two switches inside my car, and I had an issue where I did not have a relay. So I had the switches right there, and I did not have a relay. So what was happening, the wire was getting too hot from constantly having it on. It will burn out the switch. So that's why you're supposed to have a relay between the switch. And now I shouldn't have that issue. So now it should be all good. So I know I showed this in the previous videos, but I have this innovative gauge. It's like 3-in-1. You have a boost controller, a AFR gauge, and a boost gauge. So this is the gauge itself right here. I have this little pod form that goes on the vents. I already ripped out the vents, and that will go straight in there. It seems fairly easy to install it as well. You have your boost controller, you have your map sensor, and you have your AFR gauge, and of course power and ground. All right, guys, you can see I moved all the gauges to the middle. It's not in all the way yet. I have to bolt it down, but I bought this thing on eBay, and I don't know if it's from the wrong car or what, but it does not fit at all. I'm kind of bummed, because without this, the car looks like so much garbage. You can see how ugly it looks without it. But the gauges work. Turn the key on, all three of them go on. So I'm super stoked about that. I still gotta calibrate the sensors and whatever, but at least I got her in. I can calibrate it later. The only thing I'm missing is the vacuum line for the map sensor. I have to go buy one. I don't have one less long enough, so I have to go tomorrow, pick one up, and then I'll get that all hooked up. But yeah, it's looking good. Now I'm just gonna move to something else on the list. Probably go and do the coolant and oil reservoir. So I got the oil catch can and coolant reservoir mounted up. I dislike this mess so much. It looks so bad. I have no idea what to do with it, where to put it. This, like I said earlier, this is a whole harness that goes from this side to this side of the car. It loops around, and it controls all the accessories and everything. But this car still has all the lights, turn signals, ignition. So if I take this out, then nothing worked. I really don't know what else to do. I'm just gonna keep it here for now. By summer, I'll figure a place to put it, but for now, it's gonna stay here. I ended up putting the coolant reservoir here. I haven't put the line on it because I'm not sure if it's going to close the hood. It might clear, not 100% sure. It's gonna be really close, but that's gonna be there. The oil catch can just sits here really nice. I don't like the bracket, it's kind of ugly, but I mean, there's really nowhere else to put it. So this motor used to have some blow by. You know, when you're drifting, you're always on the limiter. You're always beating the crap out of the car. Every time I drift this car, it's sat on the limiter the whole time because second gear is too short and third gear was too long. The car did not have enough power for third gear, and so I just sat on second gear, so I'm backing the limiter. So I used to get some blow by every time I finish a lap. I'll see how much of blue smoke come out. The only place that the oil can go to the intake from this car to burn, it's through this hose that goes from the valve cover. So that's why I have the oil catch can from the valve cover to here and out to the intake. I do have to put some clamps in this, so make sure it doesn't come out once I'm boosted. For now, it's fine. It kind of looks like a mess. This is my old fan wiring, so this will be out of here. It'll be a little less mess. This is for the transmission, and it got ripped out, but it's for a reverse and neutral switch. This car does not need any of them, so I'm just gonna tuck it inside the car. Just literally put it back through the little hole and just keep it inside. Doesn't really matter, it got ripped out. It did nothing to the car. But yeah, it's looking really good. Now I can go and scratch off 2 more things out of the list. I still won't know for sure the coolant reservoir. Like I said, it might hit the hood, so I'm not 100% sure. But I can go back here and scratch out the oil catch can, or whatever that is, and the coolant reservoir. So I got those 2. I got sway bar links left, Z32 calipers, injectors, which the injectors doesn't have to be on until before the dyno, so I can drive the car for a little bit and then put them on. I have the fuel filter, bleed the coolant, fuel pump. I got the gauges already actually, so I relocated all the gauges. The wastegate blow off lines is done. I gotta bleed the brakes, and the clutch line is done. So not much left. Most important thing will be Z32 calipers, fuel filter, fuel pump, bleed coolant, and bleed the brakes, and install the hood shock. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 things that are important. I should be able to do all of them tomorrow. So my plan for tomorrow, it's just to get those done. It's already like 8:30 o'clock. So I have not started the car since I did the full exhaust, and I actually want to go start it right now. I want to listen to it, see how it sounds with the 3-inch. I'm just gonna let it run just for like 10 seconds. Hopefully it starts. Hopefully the battery's not dead. I've been playing with the gauges and trying to get them all good, so we shall see. Does not sound so bad. Alright guys, so it was misfiring pretty bad. I ended up running the engine scanner, and ended up being it's a cylinder 3 misfire, which is on this side I believe. Cylinder 3 is the middle one, is it? Yep, cylinder 3 is right here. My guess is a coil pack, so I'm going to take this out, swap the coil pack out, and put a new one and see if it's better. I swapped out that coil pack. I'm going to check now if it's not misfiring. Oh, there you go. Way better now. Oh yeah. Should be able to grab it. Let's see. Yes, sir. Alright guys, so unfortunately this is the end of the video. The video is already pretty long as is, and I feel like I didn't do much, a lot of talking, but I just want to show you guys the whole process of what it takes, you know, to turbo your car for a budget, and the things that go wrong, the things that you can do wrong, and the things that you can do right. Yeah, I mean, that's done for today. Tomorrow my goal is to get the car on the ground and hopefully driving. I'm pretty sure it's possible. I'm gonna try to wake up a little earlier and start working on here. like I said, I'm just gonna do the front Z32 calipers and call it a day, and then just finish some suspension stuff. The fuel filter can wait, as well as the fuel pump. I will do that. I will do those two with the GTR injectors and the spark plugs. So that will be super easy. So yeah, so the video I'm gonna be recording tomorrow will be the car running and be able to bleed the coolant, and which should be good. Again guys, thanks for watching the video. If you guys want to watch more of the channel, more of the car, more of any of my other cars, my brother's cars, make sure to click that subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next one.